Right now, the opportunity to help the minority communities that have been ignored is great. But we have to get past the systemic racism that comes in the fashion of, hey, we're gonna put this money out and this is for minority businesses. But if you read the fine print, the minority businesses don't qualify for it. We can no longer allow that in the business world. Otherwise, this will be the black business apocalypse. I grew up in North Minneapolis on 12th and Queen. Before COVID-19, North Minneapolis was already an economically challenged area. Most of us can't get business loans. Most of the businesses that are started here are started at the expense of most people's households. So a lot of us can't weather this storm. Me and my wife have a full service print shop. We started in 2014. We took out extra loan on the house. Katie was working a full-time job, so it was not as easy as we thought it would be, but we're kind of stubborn, so. This year we were set to have 6 employees ready to go, all doing different things in the shop. And then COVID was like a tsunami, so everything just kind of stopped.
The government's efforts to save small business from the impacts of the pandemic have largely missed Black-owned companies.
America had 1.1 million Black-owned businesses in February. 2 months later, 440,000 of them were gone.
Most of the businesses in this area do not have the reserves to withstand a couple months of shutdown. That's BJ's. They already closed. They just couldn't make it, so they closed up after 45 years. That's the 4th Street Saloon. I know they had to lay off all of their workers. They hire a lot of people from the community. And right across the street from there is Freeman's shoe store. Freeman's has been around 60 years. They said they were done. Most of this stuff is not coming back. You know, there's just too many businesses to name, unfortunately. When we went into Wells Fargo, the banker that we talked to was a new account banker, and he didn't know much about the PPP.
And we were told it's not going to happen. We have no funds. We've subsequently done the second round. We have not gotten that money. And I'm seeing like this many months out, I've already potentially lost my employees. I have to talk about how would I bring them back? What would it look like?
The PPP, we're not getting it. To me, it makes no sense that in the middle of a pandemic, you're asking me to take on more debt. It's almost like they're loan sharks. North Minneapolis has always been a solo community because we've been rejected so much by the surrounding community and the city that we've found ways to look out for ourselves.
We're used to having to come together. We're used to having to figure out ways to provide access to things that other people take for granted.
We're out here passing on hand sanitizer, masks. The community is stepping up and we're defending our elderly, we're defending our children, and we're making sure that we're safe. What was that question again, Jay?
Yeah, what motivates you to be so involved? What are you advocating for?
I'm an ex-felon, former gang member. I came home with the vision of changing my community and not being a pariah. We ain't talking about rebuilding. We talking about transforming this and making this better than it was before all of this stuff happened. We talking about making this a thriving business corridor. We are wondering if we're going to remain open, if we're going to be able to get through this and actually stay open. There are a large percentage of businesses that are going to have to shut down, and we want to figure out how to stop that.